Shalom, shalom. It is Thursday, October the 28th. And so this is going to, like all the other videos, it's going to come out a little later than it actually is. Had some issues. 2 weeks ago, my mother-in-law was supposed to come home, and she ended up catching COVID. It's a nursing home / rehab facility. So she got COVID, and so she was in isolation up until a couple days ago. So last Friday, it's been almost a week now. Tomorrow will be a week. My mom's been in the emergency room. Been in the hospital. She was doing better. She has double pneumonia. She has COVID and she has double pneumonia, and she's not able to cough it out to clear her lungs. She is on constant oxygen. And so they changed it over to moist forced air, and her cognition has declined as well. I'm not sure if it's because she's in a strange location, or if it's because she's not at home, or if it's because she's sick, or because she's stressed, or, if she's having other issues are going on. So yeah, it's just been one thing after another. And then my husband and I have started a new channel, which is called Listen and Obey. So if you are Messianic, you're coming out of Christianity, you want to, know what we believe about the Bible and Yeshua and Yahuwah, then we started the channel to help people who are coming out of Christianity to answer some of those questions that we had, that Yah has shown us the answer to, because it's really amazing. If there's something that we're questioning, like the Godhead, which was last week, we're like, it's hard to understand, right? So we prayed about it. And then, so that was the week before last. And then this week it was, he gave us the answer. he gave us the answer. So it's really amazing how Yahuwah will give you the answers that you seek. If you're seeking it for truth, he does. But if you're interested in following that journey with us, then head on over to Listen and Obey. There's a link in the comments, link in the description box below. But anyway, so this, and then on top of, everyone getting COVID and getting sick, on top of both of our moms getting COVID and not doing well. My mom is really not doing well, both physically and mentally. So on top of that, you remember that review I did on the Samsung dehydrator? Yeah, it died. Our Samsung met its Delilah. Yes, it did. And it died. And I thought I had stuck the receipt because I purchased it online. I thought I had put the receipt into a folder in my email, and there for safekeeping for the 5 years, because it has a 5-year warranty, right? But the thing is, you have to pay to ship it back, and to them for repairs. So with the prices of shipping today, and as heavy as that thing is, that would probably be very expensive shipping. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Don't have the receipt in which to claim the warranty anyway. So if you buy a large ticket item like that, you may want to keep that receipt safe and tucked away with the warranty. I had the warranty, did not have the receipt. So anyway. Yeah. So, the dehydrator is something that we absolutely use every single week. A lot of times, almost every day, especially as the harvest has come in. So, 2 weeks ago, it started actually taking longer to dry things, like twice as long to dry things. So I'm thinking the heating element went out, and then, or was going bad. And then last weekend, it was Friday of last weekend, the same day that we found out that my mom was sick and needed to go to the emergency room. The very interesting thing about that is both my mom and Todd's mom got to where they could not walk. and both of them have ambulatory issues anyway, but they got to where they could not get up to walk to a couple of steps to a potty chair or something like that. So that's really interesting. I've not heard that with anybody else, but it's interesting that it happened to both of our mothers almost at the same time. So back to the dehydrator. Last week on Friday, the same day my mom went to the emergency room, it died. No, it was Thursday. Actually, it was Thursday before that. It was the Thursday before my mom went to the emergency room. It died. The control panel would not even light up. So, yeah. I don't know what to do with that. Anyway, we have to replace it because we do use it every week. I mean, it's one of those things that you think, I'm not going to use it that much. It's just going to be, but it's become something that we use every week. Literally, we make crackers for every Sabbath because Todd makes wonderful crackers. He does. But we use it for other things too, especially with the harvest coming in. We've had a lot of produce, especially the tomatoes. I have some tomatoes now that I need to dehydrate, but I can't do it. So, I need to order a new one. So stay tuned to what decision I make for that. I also just uploaded, a video for that, that shows, nature, forests, rivers, etc. My heart is in the forest. When I was growing up, whenever I was stressed, I would take off to the woods. And there was this huge rock right there along the path. I mean, it was huge. And I would just sit on that rock and I would just pray and I would pour out my heart to God. And I would traipse up and down the trails, just, talking to God and just marveling at his wonderful creation, because there's just such a quiet tranquility and a peacefulness about being in the woods. It's just amazing. And so that is I guess that's kind of more like where I feel closest to God is in the woods, because that's where I've always felt close to him, because, I'm able to go there and commune with him, talk to him. And we live in the city now. So to get to the woods, I have to drive. And there's just something really unnatural about that. I really loved living in the country growing up, because I was able to just walk right out the back door and head on into the trail, into the woods. And whenever I wanted to, I could. Never once had an issue with a mountain lion. Never met a mountain lion. Never met a bear. Never met a skunk or a snake. Just a couple deer every now and then off in the distance. But yeah. But I spent most of my teenage years in the woods. The teenage years are full of angst anyway. So I spent most of my teenage years in the woods, because that's where I felt at peace. And so, yeah. So my husband and I started the channel Listen and Obey. It's actually been a couple weeks now. And about the same time everything's been going on. Anyway, isn't that the way it happens? Everything just kind of hits at once. Anyway, we started the channel, and every time I go to upload a video, and I'm talking about every single time I go to upload a video to that channel, my internet crashes. On no other platform but on my computer. TV still works. It still works on my phones. It still works on my other computer. But just on the computer that I'm working on to upload it to YouTube, it drops the internet. So I have to redo it. So I have to go in and do some kind of repair thing on it. And it works. And then there are times that it'll do it 20 times. And then I'm like throwing my hands, okay, yeah, so I don't think that's a coincidence. Yeah, we've been having issues, and I had some issues with YouTube actually, with them actually uploading. It would sit there and just think, process and process and process over and over and over again. So I ended up having to delete it and repost it. And Then we had something playing on the background on the TV behind us, and it got flagged for a claim. So we've got to redo some of them just because they got flagged for a claim. Anyway, yeah, it's been interesting the last couple weeks, and very stressful on many levels for many things. And on top of that, Kelsey girl's worried about Grandma Rachel, and so she's acting out a little bit. And it doesn't help that she can't go see her. But I mean, we couldn't go to the hospital anyway because she's afraid of masks. Masks scare the crap out of her. And if you think about it, she's deaf and autistic. So if you can only see this, that cuts down on your ability to communicate. It does, because with American Sign Language, a major portion of the communication is facial expressions. And then you have, all you see is the eyes. So that's frightening to her. She's not able to decipher what emotion you're feeling. And that can be frightening. Especially for someone who is so tiny and everyone is so large. And yeah. So we've been dealing with that for the last 2 years. It makes for interesting visits to the grocery store, to say the least. With people lessening up on wearing the masks, we've actually been able to get out a little bit more without her having a meltdown in the store, which has been good because, being around other people's good. Let's see what else has been going on. As if that's not enough. It is also Sukkot, and Sukkot is the Feast of Tabernacles. It is a yearly reminder of what the children of Israel went through when they exited Egypt. They lived in tents for 40 years as they wandered the desert or the wilderness, and while they got their hearts right, or rather, while the rebellious generation died off, and the younger generation could go in and inherit the land. So we have been celebrating Sukkot this week, and I do have a little sukkah in here because we can't spend the night outside, and there's other issues there. So we don't do the sukkah outside. We do the sukkah inside. Just, for her safety. I have alarms on the doors for her safety. So, so that if it's opened, it alerts us that, the door's been opened. And that's not just, for, if in case there's a burglar, but because, it's for her. Hold on. I need to go get some coffee. Okay, so the Feast of Sukkot is also called the Feast of Booths, the Feast of Tents, the Feast of Tabernacles, or the Feast of, or the Moed. It's also a Moedim, which is a set time that we're to meet with Yahweh. And so the Feast of Sukkot looks forward to the marriage supper of the Lamb. I touched on this a little bit with the video, and by the time this video actually comes out, it's going to be after Sukkot, but I just wanted everyone to know what Sukkot is. But it is to look back in remembrance to the Exodus from Egypt and to look forward to the marriage supper of the Lamb. I'm still learning about the Moedim, so I can't give you a whole lot more detail other than that. And then at the end of the Feast of Sukkot, which is 7 days, there is called the 8th day, and that looks forward to the 1,000-year reign, to our understanding. We had the week of Sukkot, so that is our favorite of the Moedim, because it's just so nice to go out there. And what we do is we have our meals in the sukkah, and so it's really nice. And last night it actually got a little dark on us before the food was ready. So we actually had dinner by candlelight, which was really nice. And we enjoyed that. So the mosquitoes enjoyed me. So yeah, that's kind of been the last few weeks. And so I'm not had a lot of content, that I've been able to create just because of that. I have apples in there that I need to process. I have tomatoes in there I need to process. I have a bunch of other things I need to process, but it's been a whirlwind. It has literally been a whirlwind for the last couple weeks. So what can you do? You just have to go along with the flow and pray about the things you have no control over, right? So yeah, it's been very stressful for me, trying to just kind of deal with it, but it has been really stressful. So I'm going to end this video. I don't want it to get too long. I just wanted to give you an update about what's been going on and why you haven't seen anything recent. But yeah, I have, and I will let you know when I replace the Samsung, to let you know what I replace it with. I'm probably going to replace it with something a little less expensive, but it still needs to be large because, I mean, when we do it, we fill it up. I hope you guys are not having the same, what feels like an attack from the enemy that's just like unrelenting. I hope you're not experiencing that like we are right now, but you know what? Yahweh will see us through. So, but I hope you guys are not experiencing that. Yahweh bless you and keep you and give you shalom. Until next time, Yah bless.